Hello everybody, and welcome to another day out in the landscape. So today I'm up on Grange Crags in the Borrowdale Valley, not far from the town of Keswick. I'm on a workshop recce, just checking the place out, you know, where to park, how to get there, how steep is it, all that good stuff. And you know, I've taken my time, and all the way up I was thinking to myself, what's my reaction to this place? How do I feel about this place? So much so that I thought, do you know what, I need to set it down. I need to talk to you guys about it, because anybody that's followed my YouTube channel for any length of time, you will know that as an artistic person, I'm driven by what's going on in here and what's going on in my heart. I'm an emotional person. So I've just wandered about. It's late spring, so the green of spring, rather than that sort of bright luminescent green, it's just starting to turn into that, you know, more darker summer green. But I've got some textured cloud around me, and you know, when the sun does come out, that really does help to turn that green a little bit more luminescent. So that, you know, and that's helping me. It's kind of lifting the atmosphere and creating that spring feeling. But what's my reaction to this particular place? Well, to begin with, to be perfectly honest with you, it was a bit apathetic. Yeah, it was nice, but I couldn't help but think, yeah, it's all right now, but come the autumn, it's going to look great. And that's fine, you know, to go to a location and think, yeah, it would look, you know, fantastic at another time of year, but you know, that's wishing away 6 months. I've travelled an awfully long way to be here today. I can't choose the weather conditions. All right, I could choose the time of year that I travelled, but I'm here. So why don't I at least try and make something of it? And in order to make something of it, I needed to work out, how do I really, really feel about the place? Now, the view in front of me is absolutely stunning. So as you can see there, I've got Castle Crag in front of me, the bottom of the Borrowdale Valley. Out to your right hand side, although you can't see it, is the little village of Grange. I've done the walk from the village of Grange, you know, up and through past Castle Crag. I've climbed Castle Crag a couple of times. And then you've got, you know, the fells in the distance. Because of the cloud, we've got little spots of sunlight moving over the landscape. It's a pretty scene. But what I was trying to work out to myself is, well, why is it pretty? Why am I sat here just gazing at that view and enjoying it so much? Well, it is a fact that I've been up Castle Crag I think it's twice. It's a hard climb. When you get up there, you really do feel as if you've succeeded. And what occurred to me as I was stood here looking at the view is that, wouldn't it be lovely to create a memory? Now, my kind of metaphor for a memory would be those people that can remember shooting on film. You would use the film in your camera, you would send it off to be processed, and you know, a week or so later it would come back, or you would, you know, take it into a shop and have it processed in an hour, and then you'd have it back. But there would always be a time lag between taking the image and seeing it, generally. The images that always resonated with me when I used to use film were those images that reminded me of being in that place at that particular point in time. And that's what I'm trying to replicate here for Castle Crag. I want to try and create a memory of climbing that peak, reaching it. It doesn't matter really how many times I reached it, but the sort of image that I would look at and go, yeah, I remember climbing that. I remember the exhilaration from reaching the top. I remember certainly the first time I went up there, the images that I created from the top weren't very good. I actually had better success second time around, but I think that's experience for you. But then at the same time, I'm also trying to capture the atmosphere of this particular place. So, you know, that kind of quiet spring atmosphere. There's hardly any wind, which is actually quite nice. Although at the top there, the midges were out in force. So what I'm trying to do that is wait for a spot of light, wait for the light to move so that I can use the light to highlight my subject and highlight what it is that I'm trying to say. And then hopefully when I look at the image in years to come, I'll remember sitting here looking at that and having those thoughts, but also I'll remember climbing up Castle Crag and, you know, remember all of the memories that went along with it. If you are enjoying this video and would like to support my channel, then please click on the thumbs up icon indicated here. To be notified when I upload new content, which will be every 2 weeks, then please consider subscribing. It's free and you can unsubscribe at any time. As well as subscribing, click on the bell icon and select all in order to get these notifications. All updates for new videos appear here on the top right hand side of your YouTube homepage. One other thing to consider here is that, does it really matter that I create a photograph coming up here? Really, really, does it matter? I think it doesn't. I think there's a sense of satisfaction, isn't there, by coming away with an image that invokes that kind of a memory. But at the end of the day, if my reaction to this place had continued to be apathetic, why should I beat myself up about it? Surely what's more important is the act of coming out, the act of thinking about it, the act of trying to put it into practice. As my photo buddy Mayrick would say, any time out in the landscape with your camera is time well spent, regardless of whether you create an image or not. Because I think just going through that process of consideration and thought and, you know, trying to encapsulate what's going on in your head and your heart into an image, whether that's successful or not, it doesn't matter. And I've taken a few what I would call snaps. It looks very nice. Whether they are images that I will get home, and when I look at them when I get home, they will have that same reaction, I honestly can't tell you. I will find out when I get home. But if I do create one, and I get home and it's you know, ticking all of those boxes, then fantastic. I'll be a very, very happy man. But that's not my drive. That's not really what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to go out into the landscape, and I'm today anyway trying to create a memory, something that reminds me of being in the moment that I'm in, but also right at this moment in time, a memory that triggers another memory and another memory and so on and so forth. And I think that's what's really important. Don't beat yourself up. If your reaction to a place is apathetic, and also don't beat yourself up if you go somewhere and you don't come away with a single image, because what you'll come away with is at bare minimum an experience. And that experience is more important than anything else, because that experience you can take into your next outing and your next one and your next one, and that experience might help you create that image that you choose to add to your portfolio or wins you a competition or whatever your motivation is. So I think it's taken me quite a long time to get to it, but I think that's the key message here. Creating the photograph actually doesn't matter. What does matter is the experience that leads up to that photograph, with all of the lessons and the challenges and thoughts and reactions all mashed together. That's what really, really matters. Not the fact that you've traveled 6 hours in a car and not actually had the emotional connection that's enabled you to create an image that puts you back in that place. Quite a difficult one to record, this one, but it matters to me. I know deep down it's what drives me, what drives my photography and drives my my image creation process. It's also very, very hard to talk about. So I hope, as I've sort of rambled there, that I've made sense. If you have any thoughts about your own approach, whether you have tried to include your own reactions and emotions in your images, then by all means leave them in the comments below, and let's have a chat, let's have a discussion about it. But at the end of the day, I hope it's been of interest, whether it's for you or not. I hope it's been interesting. So as ever, thank you very much indeed for watching. Stay safe, stay well, and until we tune in again, I shall bid you farewell. Take care now.